Hi creative friends, this is Soraya and thank you so much for being here. So this is one of my 100-day projects in mixed media, and I was looking through all of my portraits and I decided that out of all of the ones that I've done thus far, I really am not digging this one as much. Now these are all learning tools, so I'm probably going to work over every single one of them, honestly. But I just decided that I was going to turn this particular mixed media portrait into a still life. And I think that it is a great way for me to illustrate one of the points that I made when I was doing my still life series, which is that color fields are you know, they're not like one color, and it doesn't matter if I am doing a portrait or a still life or a landscape, this still holds true. So what I mean by that is, you know, if I'm painting black hair, well, black hair is not just black. It's got a ton of different colors and textures and values. It's depending on how the light is hitting, etc., etc. So I am going to turn this particular portrait into a still life, and there's so much about it that I do love. I just don't love the way it all kind of came together. So I think that this would be much better, honestly, as a still life. And I love doing still lifes routinely because first of all, it relaxes me. I really love doing them. I don't know why, and I'm obsessed with apples and bowls for some reason, and fabric. And I don't know, you guys. I love doing it. There's no other reason. And there's something that's so calming and relaxing about it for me. And then also I learn so much. So anyways, the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to set my horizon line over here. And I think that since there's already a line here, I'm just gonna kind of go with that. And I'm gonna try to use as much as I can in this painting. So that's gonna be my horizon line. And now, you know what, you guys, I did put oil pastels on here. So that is going to be interesting because I think I'm going to be using the oil pastels. So maybe for my bowl, I think I'm going to do a bowl over here. So let me see. And there we go. And I'm gonna try to use like all the colors that are on here. I'm gonna try to use them like, so I'm gonna use a blue for my shadows. Like actually that looks really good, you know, as a shadow right there. And let me see here. So I'm really loving this part over here. Like I just like the kind of like watercolory kind of wash. It's not watercolor, but I just put so much water that it looks kind of watercolory, but I think I am going to make an apple here. Okay, and then I think what I might do is, because I want to have 3 objects just kind of for interest, I think I'm gonna kind of make like a little, I don't know, a bottle or a jar or something. It's not even really important like what it is, honestly. I just want the 3. And you can do like, you know, 5 or 7 objects, but I just want to keep it simple. So I'm gonna stick with 3, and I'm really loving the like, I like the shadows over there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get some blue, and I'm just gonna kind of put the shadows a little bit on the apple. And I'm gonna work kind of fast because I don't want to get like caught up in any details. I'm just kind of like trying to block in some colors here. I'm really loving that little bit of light over there. The yellow, like, to me that just is really beautiful for light. Now I am feeling a resist over here, you guys, because of the oil pastels, and this is going to be a great little experiment here to see how I can kind of work over top of them. And I'm gonna try to leave like this oil pastel part maybe. Although I don't like the direction of my strokes are going, because I was doing a neck for the portrait, it's going in the opposite way of what I would want it to go, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. So I'm just gonna kind of go like so, and I'm feeling the resist again, but it's okay. We're just gonna kind of we're gonna work with it and see what happens. I have no preconceived idea of how things are gonna turn out. And I'm just gonna kind of, so I'm just blocking in stuff. I'm not gonna necessarily stick to these colors or any of that. I'm just kind of blocking in some stuff here. Okay, and I do need to cover up the eyes here. And I know this looks like a big mess right now, you guys, and that's totally fine. It's okay. I'm gonna use like the mess to my advantage. Okay, so I'm just gonna use some of these dictionary pages here. So you guys, collage is a great way to not only build up your substrate and like give it, you know, dimension, texture, etc., but see like over here where I have this oil pastel, I'm gonna put my collage on top of it because I want it to, I don't want the resist. I hope I'm making sense. Like I want my paints to go over top of it. I don't want it to be like, the oil pastel is going to repel it because it's oil and water. So if I put the collage on here, now it doesn't resist like everywhere, but I can strongly feel the oils resisting my water, and you can actually see it as well. You can actually see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to put it on some of the apple here. And that's just going to build up my texture as well. I'm really interested to see how this is going to turn out, you guys. So that's a great thing about mixed media, is you can just experiment so much. Like, the sky's the limit, you guys, like, honestly. And that's why, you know, it's good to know the rules so you can break them. And, you know, even with oil pastels, like, unless you're selling it or you're really worried about archiving it, you know, just play and have fun and see what happens. And here we go. And I think I'm going to put some on the bowl as well. Initially, I thought I was going to keep, I thought I was going to keep that, but the marks that I made, they're going in a different way simply because, you know, it was a neck, and just the way I positioned the portrait of the lady, the marks I made are going in a different way than what I would want. And if they were going this way, I would keep them, because a neck is pretty much, you know, it's like a cylinder shape, really. So, you know, when I talked about everything being a shape, the neck that would be perfect actually for me to turn it into a bowl, because it's the same shape. And okay, and I think that should be okay right there. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of start blocking in a little bit of, so say this is gonna be the horizon line here. It kind of got a little bit smushed, but let's just get it back. Okay, and okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop a little bit of red. I don't want to overpower it at all. I just want a little bit of it, because I'm just trying to build up my definitions here of my apple. Okay. And let me just kind of do the background like this. Okay, you guys, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow this to completely dry, and then I will come back to it. So if you've watched all the way to the end, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video.